Genesis chapter 22, verse 1. And the Lord tested Abraham. Abraham is the man he calls his friend, but he tested him. And it came to pass after this thing that the Lord, okay, this one is KJV. Give me another translation. Tempt can work, but the word is test. Yes, that's the correct word. After this thing, the Lord tested Abraham. Somebody asked me, what's the difference between testing and temptation? What's the difference between trials and temptation? Trials are exams to decide who to be promoted to the next level. God sets such exams. Temptations are traps set by the devil to destroy people. So if you're in a house and there are rats, you want to catch them. You put a trap, then you put something that the rat likes, maybe like fish. So the rat will come. He wants the fish. We call that thing a bait. In order to, he wants to catch the fish. The trap now catches it. That's temptation. Temptation is usually very luring. And they will have something attractive, something like sex. But hidden behind it is downfall. Temptation comes from Satan, but trials and is the exams that God permits. Even if it's the devil bringing it, he permits it. The goal of trial is to develop stamina, to develop character. The goal of trial is to make us partakers of God's holiness. The goal of trial is to now decide who should be promoted to the next level. So if you're not tested, you are not trusted. That's the way it works. But the goal of temptation is to destroy, to demote people, to ruin people, mess them up. A trial is not sweet at all. It's something that happened that is very, whatever. A temptation will offer a seemingly pleasurable front and hide the poison behind. If you want to kill that rat without actually setting the other type of trap that can catch, you just put poison in the food and just leave it there. The rat will come and eat because he has seen something. Then as he's moving, he finds himself, then finally you see it dead somewhere. That's temptation. It always has a bait, something attractive. Steal that money. That's your company's money. You just see this 20 million, You see how temptation works? There will be something. Trials are not nice at all. Who likes exam time in school? Nobody now. It's like fasting. But it delivers the good end result that you're looking for. But you see, so it came to pass after this, that the Lord tested Abraham and said, Abraham, and he said, here am I. He said, take that son, now your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, go to the land of Moriah, offer him there as a burnt offering in one of the, this kind of instruction. Only son, only. Go and offer him. It's not even delegate somebody else to go and kill. You go there and use your own hand to do it. But guess what? I think we're taught how prompt Abraham obeys God. Guess what? Next thing, verse 3. So Abraham rose up what? You see this kind of man? What should have taken you 6 months to first think through it, analyze it. Early in the morning, he saddled his donkey, took 2 of his young men, and then Isaac. So Abraham plus these 2 men, 3, plus Isaac, 4. And he split the wood for burnt offering, arose, and went to the place which God has told him. Anyway, go to verse where he lifted his hand. I don't want to read the long story. He lifted a knife to strike the boy. Please, verse 15, a little before it, yeah? Abraham stretched out his hand. He has tied the boy on the altar and took the knife to slay his son. Verse 11. And the angel of God called him from heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. He said, here am I. Verse 12. He said, do not lay your hand on the lad or do anything to him. For now I know. You see how this is established? Now I know that you fear God, since you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me. Now promotion is about to happen. Watch the next level for Abraham, yes? Abraham lifted his eyes, saw the lamb that was used instead of Isaac. Then verse 15. Verse 15. And the angel of God called to Abraham a second time out of heaven. What happened? He said, by myself have I sworn, said the Lord, because you have done this thing, and you have not withheld your son, your only son. Look at the next verse. That in blessing, what? I will bless you. In multiplying, I will multiply your descendants as the stars of heaven and as the sand that is on the seashore. Your descendants shall possess the gates of their enemies. Verse 18. And in your seed, all the nations of the earth shall be blessed. Because of what? Because you obeyed me. Obeyed my voice.